That music gets me amped. Salute! Anybody else amped? You guys ready to do this?
Christ. Looks like you have hemorrhoids.
Anybody amped? I do. Definitely have hemorrhoids. When I say D, you say V. D. Yeah, you guys left me hanging.
I said
What
D,
are you
dude.
doing?
D.
You're like a cheerleader?
V.
Sports.
I'm trying to bring the energy and you guys are just V. V. What is this?
Sports.
This is a DV Sports and Gaming Podcast. I'm DV Macho. We got DV Socks.
Let's go!
DV Slat. Oh, dude, DV
Jesus
Slash.
Christ.
This is getting out of hand
Oh,
already.
I'm so lit,
falling
dude.
apart. We're
I'm so
falling apart.
Okay. Too much
This may be
energy
the
at
last-
one moment,
This
dude.
may be the last episode ever.
Let's get into our intro question. Jesus Christ, let's pull this thing together. Holy crap. All right, intro question of the day. What is your go-to pizza place? Paul, you're going last. Sam, let's start with you.
God damn it. You actually got me with that. I was like, oh, he's going to make fun of first. Let's go. Damn it. Oh, you're going to go last. Oh, man. All right. Go-to pizza place. So I am a married man, so I have two answers for this. Because when I'm by myself, my go-to pizza place is Pizza Hut. And it always will be. Because I can eat on it for like 3 days, and that's what I do whenever Brooke goes out of town. So Pizza Hut's my true go-to, but if we're both here, probably...
Nobody out Pizza's a Hut, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Probably like, We just had Bira Bira, so I'll say that. How about that? Bira Bira.
What the shit is that?
Local Oklahoma City place. Bira Bira Pizza.
One of those local places, huh?
Look it up.
I wish
You're in
I had
Oklahoma City.
I wish I had like a local place, but I honestly don't. And the place I'm actually going to go to actually recently just shut down due to the owner like laundering money or something like that.
Oh, jeez.
yeah.
Or like was like some sort of like drug dealer or something. So they shut the place down, which kind of sucks. But I'm gonna go. I'm gonna tell you guys my go-to pizza place.
Wow.
Papi John's. Papi Juan's. Papi Janitos.
Papa Jan's.
I freaking man. Papa John's with the garlic sauce when it's nice and warm and you shake it up and it gets all creamy. You pour a little bit, you just drizzle it up for your pizza. So good. It just melts off and just dribbles all over your shirt. Oh my god, it's so freaking good. Like
Papa Jan's.
my mouth is watering right now.
Papa Jan.
But didn't Papa John's do something like bad? Didn't he? Like,
Yeah.
Isn't he racist? Dude.
Yeah, that was their owner. He made a racist comment.
God
Yeah.
damn.
Derogatory terms. Their pizza's so
Good pizza,
fire.
Yeah. Good thing.
You got
You know
fire
what?
pizza.
Good thing that that Papa John's owner here in Altus was like some sort of drug dealer, and it's closed down now. So I won't have to
fitting-
give them my money anymore.
Fitting for
All
Papa
right,
John's.
well, what's on that note? What's Paul's favorite pizza
I'm
place?
gonna go. Mine's kind of weird. So I have two options too because I like whenever I get pizza, I just want to order something and get it delivered. But when Desiree wants pizza, we have to like go sit down and have some like actual like homemade crust and weird ass pizza. So if it's just me, I'm gonna definitely
brick
order some
oven?
Papa John's, dude. Papa John's all day. If I'm on the weekend, I'm like, let's get some pizza in. Papa John's, a little DP, Dr. Pepper, get a little cookie on the side. That's how I roll. On the other hand, if it's a Friday night, date night, getting frisky, we're going to this new place we discovered. And it's honestly extremely weird. It's called Verve Pie. And we've actually only been there once, but it's delicious.
Frisky, huh?
I was surprised. It's a plant-based pizza restaurant. And it was,
Oh my God,
it
get
was
the fuck outta here.
delicious, dude. I didn't think I would like it, but it was so good.
We didn't say what was your
Wow.
go-to salad place.
Dude,
You said
no,
what was
it's
your
like
go-to pizza place?
you couldn't even tell it wasn't meat. It was fire, dude. Just good stuff.
Fire.
Yeah, dude.
Right.
Disgusting.
Salad. All right. Paul's go-to
some
pizza
cannibals.
place is salad. All right, man. That was you know what? That was kind of enticing. I kind of like that. We all had different things to say, but that garlic sauce, though,
That garlic sauce changes
Take-
Papa John's.
game changer. All right, man. Let's get into our This Week in Sports. I got something new. I got something a little creative. I got a little intro music for This Week in Sports.
This
Here we
week
go.
in sports.
This week in sports.
Yes, I got sport.
Let's go. That is our intro music for This Week in Sports.
Let's go.
Let's get it. This week in
Love that.
1901, Benjamin Adams of New York was arrested for playing golf on Sunday. Dude was arrested for playing golf on Sunday in 1901. Can you imagine? Can you just imagine just going out for a little round Sunday evening, maybe a little Sunday morning
Nice,
round,
breezy.
you know? Nice, breezy. Just finished up with church. It's nice. You can go spend some time with the boys. Maybe have a beer or two.
Brewski.
Who knows? You never know.
And then all you hear is,
Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the boy.
Come here, boy.
Spread them, dude. Just thrown on your golf cart hood.
"Put your hands on the hood."
It's definitely one of those cops. Definitely one of those cops on a bicycle, dude, with the little sirens and the lights, just cruising up on a bicycle.
Dude, that's what I was thinking, man. What was this cop doing? Like, this had to be a cop in 1901. Did they have vehicles in 1901?
They didn't have
Hell yeah,
golf
dude.
carts.
I don't know. So they were all walking. So was this guy just a walking cop, or did he?
This guy just
was he
gets
on a
speared.
horse?
Dude, yeah.
This dude must have been on a
speared.
horse, right?
NFL blitz tackled.
Dude's just on the putting green reading his putt and just gets laid out by a freaking cop.
But dude, can you imagine that nowadays? What would they would have to have, like, they would have to be on bikes or something like that. They'd have to have maybe some cop golf carts or something.
Was there
Like,
bikes in
nowadays, dude.
1901?
Yeah, the ones with the big wheel in the
there's
front.
definitely bikes.
There's a giant front wheel,
Yeah, it's like
Oh,
the big
that's so
striker.
stupid.
The big
We were
striker.
giant
so
front
stupid.
wheel and the small back wheel.
People used to be so dumb.
Dude, it was ingenuitive back
You know
in
what
the
would be
day.
great for steering?
A massive wheel.
A massive front wheel.
What was that guy thinking though? Like, you know, I think I'm gonna go golfing today. Like,
Just to get thrown in the can.
freaking thrown in the
Imagine him
clank.
just sitting there like, what the hell happened?
Just wanted to golf on a Sunday. Ultimately, he was found not guilty, and then people were able to golf, like, set a kind of a precedence for golfing on Sunday. But, dude, I thought that was crazy.
Wow.
Now, like, that's prime golfing time is, like, Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday
legend.
morning, dude. Sunday
Here
or
I am taking like Sunday golf rounds for granted, you know?
Dude,
You never know. One day you can have a pissed off cop come lay you out.
Dude, imagine that, dude. Imagine
Yeah.
golf course shootings from getting pulled over on your cart. Oh, my God, that's the day we live in now. Oh. All right, let's move on from that.
Okay.
Let's get into these sports topics. Sports topic that I want to bring up first is the match. I watched the match, and it was actually pretty interesting. It was pretty funny. It had Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady going up against Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen. And it was a pretty good game. They were pretty even it came down to the last hole. Before Aaron Rodgers pulled it out. But there was so much banter going on between them. First off, Josh Allen had a golf ball with Tom Brady's, like, his body picture from
God.
the
From the
NFL
draft.
Combine. Dude, from the Combine with him shirtless and just his average ass white bod.
Jeez.
That was the picture on his golf ball.
That's
Which is
awesome.
hilarious.
Good grief.
And then Tom Brady at one point chunked his ball. He was like, hit that a little chunky. I like to call that a little Josh Allen. It was like Josh Allen-y.
It was like, oh,
Little Josh Allen-y.
God.
Yeah,
Dude, did you hear whenever I think Aaron Rodgers, they're on like a par 3 and Aaron Rodgers like hit his ball within like 10 or 12 feet. And then Josh Allen was like, man, this guy's pretty damn good at golf. Guess that's what happens when you don't show up to OTAs. I was like, oh my God. I was like, this is
Did you guys see the interview? One of the interviews I saw of it was they were interviewing Aaron Rodgers and Pat Mahomes, but they were interviewing primarily Aaron Rodgers was like answering first. And he was like talking about social media, and he was like, "Yeah, I used to like Twitter back when it was cool, but I guess right now my go-to is probably like Instagram." And then he was like, "I bet Pat over here, he's probably a big TikToker, you know, based on his family." But I was like, "God,
dude, that is brutal.
They were not pulling shots at each other.
Yeah.
There were so many good combos, dude. I think my favorite one is they were interviewing Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen, and they're asking like what their biggest fear is, and Patrick Mahomes like answered for him. He was like, probably a coin flip, because Josh Allen lost off a coin flip in the playoffs. I was like, oh my God, dude.
Brutal savagery. That was awesome. But you know what? Something else that I really enjoyed about watching that was that some of these shots they were having, I was like, bro, I could hit those shots. Like, I do hit those shots. So it's nice to see like that you can play to some sort of like, I don't know, at some sort of equal like
Level as some other people.
skill. Yeah, as these professional NFL quarterbacks.
I mean, they're professional athletes. They're probably not very good at golf when they play a full 18. But I thought that was
Josh
a cool
Allen.
aspect. I thought it was a good aspect
Josh
of having
Allen.
no pro golfers. Because,
Yeah.
like in the previous matches, it was like
too
clearly
much.
visible who, like, anytime the pro golfers would hit, it would be like on the money. But now
yeah,
it's
we're
like,
okay.
now it's actually
Dude,
interesting because
they're-
you see guys just shank constantly.
Bro, they were killing bystanders out there, dude.
Bad.
Like,
Every
oh
tee
my
shot, I was
God.
like, oh my God, somebody say 4. Jesus.
They weren't even saying 4. They were just
No.
like, oh, it's gonna hit someone.
It's like, it's fading a little bit. It'll be all right. It's like on the next fairway, dude. Like, Jesus Christ.
Dude, they were like running out of. They were running out of
somebody
souvenirs
just
to
laying
give
on the
out.
ground. My leg."
Oh, my leg!
I would have definitely
yeah,
been that guy, and I got an autograph.
Dude, Josh Allen was terrible.
He was so bad.
Patrick Mahomes like carried him.
I'm pretty sure Patrick
But,
Mahomes won all the holes that they won.
You know what? It all came down to the last hole, and Aaron Rodgers was so clutch. He was by far Patrick Mahomes was probably the most consistent.
Yeah.
But Aaron Rodgers, he had like the best approaches out of any of them, and the best shots out of any of them, I thought.
Yeah, I thought so too.
At the end there, yeah, he stuck that one ball, and they just had a one putt for the win, and he was the one who putted it in after Brady missed his putt. But I thought it was pretty epic. It was pretty interesting, and dude, that golf course was like pristine. So that was the Wynn golf course. So if you know, like, if you've ever been to Vegas, there's the Wynn Hotel and Casino. Super, super nice hotel. Very nice casino. That golf course was so nice.
Dude,
it was.
There was like 20 golf carts driving on it. I was like, this golf course is going to be ripped up by the end of this round. And those golf carts, did you see them bumping like each other too? Like in the golf carts? They were like playing bumper cars. I was like, these dudes are about to rip up this brand new nice golf course.
Dude, it was
I
so
felt
nice.
bad.
I was like, you know what? Me and the boys been talking about, maybe planning some golf trips, in the future, like going and vacay and getting a, new golf course in. I was like, how much does it cost to play the Wynn golf course in Las Vegas? You guys got any guesses? A
Is it a
round of
PGA
golf.
rated- is it a
250?
PGA rated course?
I have no idea.
I'm gonna say
but it is
$250.
Crazy nice.
I'm gonna say probably like during peak season. Oh, $600.
Bro, $600. Dude, a round of golf.
Oh my God,
$600.
what a
Dude,
guess,
right
dude.
on it, dude.
Wow.
Sam
That's
over here.
impressive.
With a $600 guess.
The reason I knew is because I looked it up. No, I'm just kidding. No, I was playing at the TPC Scottsdale course, Champions course side, not the waste management side, just to throw it out there, but still, it still counts. And that was like it was like 150, but they're like off peak season. But they were saying in peak season they charge like $600. It's crazy,
Dude,
for like the
that
waste
is
management side.
insane.
The waste management side is like $600. But
I was
like
gonna
right
say,
now,
imagine that playing waste
right
management.
now it was still like $325 or $350 to play the waste management side.
See, I
Dude,
want
that
to
is-
do that one day though. Dude, just play the waste management course.
Yeah,
Dude, just for the experience,
sick.
right?
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, just to say you've played it, and then, of course, we'd have to, like,
thing
document
is,
it, take
people
videos,
say, like,
pictures. And
If you're gonna do that, you know, the only thing cool about it's like the grandstands being up on the course.
Yeah.
So otherwise, it's not that special. Like, I mean, obviously, it's still super nice, but like the grandstands is what makes it special. And like,
I mean,
there
it's
are
for the
times,
nostalgia.
Yeah, there's times a
nostalgia
year
of
where
it.
you can play with the grandstands up, right before the tournament's gonna happen, like a few months. So
Dude, can you imagine just hitting a ball off of a stand, like, back into the fairway? Dude,
that
that'd
would
be
probably
so
only
dope.
help us, right? If there's more objects
Exactly.
that are hard.
Give us some kick off of some stuff.
Exactly. But okay, yeah. So we got some golf talk in. We're talking about Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady. It's kind of making me think of NFL, bringing something to mind that's coming up lately in sports regarding a little fantasy football. Little Tommy Pham slap on old Jock Peterson. You guys hear about this?
Why was that
Dude.
such a big story?
Because he got Will Smith slapped, dude. This dude just got
He
jabbed in
did.
the like. Did y'all see the video?
I've
He
heard
just
of,
walked up on him and slapped him.
but like,
He's literally Will
how
Smith.
many different stories have you heard? I've heard like 3 different possible reasons why he got slapped. Like, I heard
Okay,
it's partly
well,
because of, I heard
sounded
like
like it was
partly because of
unclear.
fantasy football. Like, some of it was like because of texting, and like Jock sent a joke that was like, he had like 3 of his teammates' faces like imposed on different people's bodies, and Tommy Pham was like, "I don't know you like that. I don't like that joke," and like he slapped him in the face because of that apparently. But like, there's also rumors it was because of fantasy football. I'm like, I don't know what the hell's going on, but like,
Tommy Pham
It's
probably
ridiculous.
just does not like Jock Peterson, but
don't
I
like
thought
Jock
it was
Peterson either.
because Jock Peterson was kind of getting away with utilizing like
The
what is it,
IR.
the IR and whatnot for in their fantasy league.
I heard that story.
And
Yeah.
the commissioner Mike Trout wasn't doing shit about shit and was just letting anything fly. And dude, I can only imagine how much money was probably on this fantasy league, like between MLB players.
Oh
Dude,
yeah.
Tommy Pham was probably like, dude, I don't got these contracts like these
Well,
dudes
that's
do.
exactly. He's like,
He's like just losing
this
crazy
is life
money
and
over
death
some.
for me over here.
Here's a Tommy Pham slap.
That dude's got a
But
mean
dude, Mike
slap,
Trout.
though.
They went, fam.
Oh my god.
Dude, that's
made
the
the
slap
sound
noise
effect.
that just makes.
Yes.
Instead of whack, it's just fam.
Oh my god.
I thought that was pretty interesting though. Mike Trout, the most casual superstar, just the most casual commissioner, huh?
Just getting blamed. Let's drag Mike Trout into it.
Yeah, but honestly, you know what? All commissioners are ass in my book, because our commissioner could have used some friggin' work this past year. Just saying.
Is that Paul?
Dude, I thought our season was good. What the hell? What did I miss?
It's a fire ass season. Just because
better
Sam
be
Carroll's
careful,
trash
man.
like always doesn't
You
mean
better
shit.
be careful, man. You might be in for a slap next time you see Jimmy.
Yeah, dude. It's just hold on, man. I'm cock my Tommy Pham over here. No, but I can't wait for fantasy football to come back around. We'll have to have some episodes on some fantasy football in the future. But let's segue over to some NBA Finals, since there's actually an NBA Finals game going on right now, currently, as we're recording this episode.
Halftime, 52-50.
52-50 Warriors.
Good to see
Warriors.
another good game at half.
Yeah, I know. These freaking blowouts, like, been wicked crazy. But let's talk about game one. So Warriors lose game one to the Celtics. Actually, I got this question. Did the Warriors lose game one, or did the Celtics win game one?
I mean, I would say both. The Warriors had turnovers at the end of the fourth quarter. I think the Celtics scored like 12 points off turnovers at the end of the fourth quarter, and they ended the game like on some kind of run like that, like 12-0 or 12-4 or something like that.
Oh, it was a massive run, dude. It was
But-
much worse than that.
But the Celtics also made like 12 threes in the fourth quarter. So I would say the Celtics definitely.
So
One,
I have this
but-
question about the game. This is just something that came to my mind after I watched the game. So at the beginning, the Warriors were like in pretty good control after the first, or it was pretty close still, but the Warriors were up. But Steph Curry had 6 threes in the first quarter,
Yeah, he was hot.
and he finished like 7 of 14, which is still
Yeah.
a great game, 50%. But
Right.
for 3 quarters, he made 1 3 after that.
Yeah, he was.
Dude,
hot.
I really,
It's like, how do you look at that? You know, I don't know.
I really want to get into the players, and I want us to pick who we think is going to win and dive into what the whys. But yeah, that game one, what was it? The Celtics were leading at halftime by 2 points. So
Dude, they were
and then they
leading,
had
the
and then,
Warriors
like,
were
after the
leading by
third quarter,
15
they were-
in the fourth quarter.
yeah after that third quarter, going like fourth quarter, they were winning by 15, and then so got a couple stats that I wanted to point out just because I thought it was really interesting. So Celtics score 40 points in the fourth quarter. 40
Yeah, it's
points in the
outrageous.
fourth quarter, and the Warriors scored 16.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
That is
insane.
crazy. That is
To me, that's
crazy.
To me, to answer your question, that's Warriors losing the game, in my opinion. Like, they stopped playing defense and they couldn't score.
And they turned the ball over.
And you're turning like all of the above. You know, they're losing the game.
Yeah, it was. I thought that number was ridiculous, but then I went into a couple other stats that I wanted to bring up. Draymond was 2 for 12.
That's not
See,
surprising.
but that's Draymond. Draymond, you'll be lucky to get 10 points out of. He's so trash. I just thought
2 for
Draymond's my
12 is
least.
not good though.
Draymond's
That is-
disgusting.
Yeah, but Draymond's not a
Draymond
good
shooting.
offensive player.
No,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was the point I was just about to make. Draymond shooting 12 shots is a lot.
That should not happen.
Well, that's the problem with having him on the floor and with a smart defensive team. You just don't guard the guy, and he's going to have to shoot little floaters and layups that
Yeah.
get contested at the very end, and he's not going to make majority of them as long as you're not fouling.
Yeah. The other thing I wanted to point out, so Tatum was 3 for 17, which
That was the thing
Which
that was
was-
crazy, right? Because he didn't
So-
even play good.
no,
here's
yeah,
the
he
other
had-
stat that goes, the other stat that I wanted to put with that. He was 3 for 17, but he had 13 assists.
Yeah,
Dude was,
He was
money
making
for
good-
his
moving the
team.
ball.
He was making good corner passes. I saw him make like several good corner passes, like off a double team or
So-
something.
So that's the thing, right? Is that Tatum, even though he was 3 for 17, he was still feeding his teammates, which I think is huge.
Al Horford had 27.
Yeah, Al Horford went off, dude. Just
Dude,
old
what is
man
up with
out
Al
here.
Horford? This is
Al
like,
Horford,
Dude,
old man.
talk about
went-
turning the clock back, dude. He looks good. It's ridiculous.
no, he's a guy's always been in great shape too, and he does
Draymond
not
Green-
wear out.
Draymond Green in his interview after the game was like, who was it? Al Horford, Derek White, and somebody else. He was like, they made 12 threes. Me, I think we'll be all right. This is what Draymond Green said. I was like, God damn.
I know he's
I mean, he's not
doesn't.
wrong.
He's not feeling the hot seat yet, but we'll see how the rest of the playoffs pan out. But with that being said, I want to see who y'all got, Paul. Who you got in this series?
You know,
And why?
before the series started,
I thought the Warriors are going to win pretty easy just because how hot they've been. But after watching game one, like start to finish, and watching some of game two in the first half, I'm going to go Celtics. And I don't know if they win this game, but they took game one in wherever they play, in San Francisco. And it's pretty damn hard to win a home game against the Warriors in San Francisco. And they just did it and made up 15 points, and it looked pretty dang good while doing it. So I'm going to go Celtics in 6.
Celtics in 6. All right. Sam, what you thinking?
I was gonna pick the Warriors in 6, but since they lost a game, I'm gonna have to go Warriors in 7 now. But I'm gonna still pick the Warriors. So for me, what stands out? One, Steph has got to be I think he's just got to be the closer. He's got to be the closer for them, right? Because he's the guy that can create his own shot. Clay can't really do that anymore. Poole can kind of do it, but he's like, I don't know. He doesn't have the shot creation that Steph can.
He's kind of inconsistent.
And I feel like he maybe got off too early in that first game, So I think he's going to be crucial to close out games. And he's never really done that super great in the finals. That's why he's never won the finals MVP.
Yeah.
So I think for them to win, it's got to go 7 now, and Steph's got to be the difference in the fourth quarter. And I also think that it's going to be important for Andrew Wiggins to play aggressive. If he's passive, it could be pretty bad for the Warriors. So I'm going to bank on Wiggins playing aggressive and Steph closing out games here in the, for the rest of the series.
All right, so that's Paul. That's 1-1. Paul going Celtics, Sam going Warriors. I guess I'm the tiebreaker. So I'm going Celtics in 7. And the reason why I'm going Celtics is they have such a young crew. They're very athletic. They're very long. And their defense is the best defense in the league.
Yeah, for sure.
But they're so athletic, man. Like they just have top-notch guys. Derek White has been huge for them. What a trade for that team. And then I don't know, man. Like Sam is talking about Steph Curry. All playoffs, I felt like Steph Curry hasn't been Steph Curry, in my opinion. That's just what my thoughts have been. Like Steph Curry's been good, but he's not been like Steph Curry good.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's that anymore. I mean, he's pretty old. People forget how old he is.
He's been injured too. So
he's been injured and in and out, but like it's like what you're saying. What I'm saying is I'm banking that he is going to do that for like 4 wins. But you might be right,
Yeah, and I just don't see them as being as athletic as as the Celtics. And then what is the other Splash Brother? Why am I'm like blanking on his name? Klay Thompson.
Cold, ice cold.
Klay Thompson isn't Klay Thompson either. So it's just this team hasn't been the same, but at the same time, I'm giving them their due respect and saying that Celtics will win in Game 7. It's going to be interesting. I'm super curious to see who wins this matchup. I think it's going to be a great series. But yeah, I got the Celtics in 7.
I think the craziest thing for me is that the Celtics. Well, for me, the Celtics were coming in lengthy, so I thought they were going to dominate the boards and like play pick and roll, play off the paint. But man, they are matching the Warriors' 3-point shooting, if not topping it. Which is, if the Warriors can't outshoot you, there's going to be a problem because that's how the Warriors need to win.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting because they can score points. The Celtics definitely can score points, and they can stop points also.
If the Celtics do win, though, it'd be kind of cool. That'd be like the start of the new Celtics, dynasty potentially, because Tatum and Brown are so young still. So that
they deserve
Derek White. They can sign Derek White to a decent contract.
With the history of the Celtics, it's only a matter of time before they create another culture where they're going to be winning or in it for like the next 10 years. So
It's very, very true.
if they
I
win
think,
one, you know, that could be the confidence that sets them off for a while now. But we'll see.
Yep.
Could be the turning of the tide for a new for the younger
Because, like,
players, man.
This
The
is a little
younger
bit of a
superstars.
different conversation, but like, who else is there in the East that is set up as strongly as the Celtics for the future? Like, they're in the finals right now.
I mean,
You gotta be
Milwaukee's always
thinking
going to be good.
The Bucks, yeah. The Bucks
They
have
got
injuries.
Milwaukee, but
The 76ers are just
Milwaukee's
a move
always
short
one
every year.
Milwaukee's always one injury away though, whereas
Yeah.
the Celtics I feel
Yeah,
like are a
that's
little
true.
deeper.
Yeah, they are, and they're just younger. They bounce back a lot.
If the
easier.
Heat can get a little more supporting cast, they're going to be very good. But I mean,
They
that's,
need another scorer.
That's
like,
it. Yeah, and they need to get rid of Kyle
another
Lowry.
dude.
That dude's fat.
Oh my God!
Oh,
Do we want to
gosh.
talk about that?
Yeah, let's talk about Kyle Lowry real quick.
He was
Bro,
injured.
Kyle Lowry was so bad. I have no idea why they were playing him so much.
He had
looked
one
like
good
the
game
worst.
and they won. I'll say that.
Dude, he was terrible. He shouldn't have been out on the floor. They were better off putting anyone else out there.
That's why.
Like,
that's
he
why.
was-
You guys remember Goran Dragic?
Yeah,
That guy would have been so much better.
Remember like how good he looked on that Heat team because he was like the primary scorer sometimes.
yeah.
And it made him look so
Dude.
good, but God, they're missing a guy like that right now.
Dude,
Yeah.
some of the busted shots he was throwing up. Oh my
Dude.
God.
I
Missed
feel
free
like
throws. Ugh.
any
He's always had some
possession-
weird shots in the playoffs that look disgusting. Like his whole
He's
career.
always been trash. Him and DeMar DeRozan have always been ice cold. They've always been ice cold in the
What
playoffs,
a take.
dude. They're he's hot trash. Trash.
Games with DeRozan and Kyle Lowry on the same team. Oh,
Just getting railed by LeBron every year in the playoffs. Just getting sunned every year, dude. And you know what the funny thing is? Like every announcer I would watch, they're like, Kyle Lowry's going to be so key for the Heat. He's such a facilitator. And then you watch them play, and I'm like, this dude needs to be on the bench or on the sofa because this is disgusting.
It was terrible. He was awful. You know what that game 7 turned into? It turned into a Marcus Smart, Kyle Lowry
Flop fest.
offensive or flop fest.
Literally
Dude,
a flop fest. It was
dude, a
disgusting.
flop fest. I was like, what the hell is this? Get this trash out of here. Like, dude, it was so bad, man. I hated it so much. Kyle Lowry needs to retire is what he needs to do. That dude needs to just go.
I think they did come out and say he might retire, but I will tell you, Kyle Lowry's got one of the fattest donks out there.
How's this guy running up and down court?
This dude's cheeks be clapping on a fast break, dude.
Two hands rubbing against each other. Oh my God. Just spilling
does-
out gravy the whole time.
he does have a running back's ass, doesn't he?
Dude, bro, he
don't know.
looked overweight.
He's definitely overweight. He looks
Him
like
and
John
Harden,
Ram
huh?
on a golf course.
Why are you taking out John Rahm out here? That's messed up.
Dude,
I'm
thick,
called
dude.
for.
at least
my
Rom
God.
is good.
Dude, speaking of John Rahm real quick, I'm going to sneak this in there. Did y'all see that he almost hit a camera person with his club because he threw it?
Oh.
He made like a bad wedge shot and chunked it, and he like threw his club like behind his head, and this camera woman had a duck, and she almost got her skull taken off by his club. I'm surprised I don't know if he got fined or anything, but it was pretty bad.
Yeah,
it looked terrible.
You got to be better in that moment.
Yeah,
You
it was bad. I was like, come
Yeah.
on, dude, like that's brutal.
Yeah, that's a bad look. That's a real bad look. But
At least throw it to
Speaking-
water. You know, if you're gonna throw it to the water. You know.
yeah, just throw the whole thing and then play without it for the rest of the rest of the round. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Yeah, show us how good you really are. Number 1 player in the world, or number 2? He's
Nah,
number 2 or number 1.
I don't even think he's number 2 anymore, is he? I don't know. He's falling
I don't
off.
know.
He's fat.
I don't know.
All right, let's move on.
Speaking of being better in the moment, I wanted to bring up something that probably nobody's going to really be a fan of, but I want to talk about why it is so impressive. I wanted to talk about the Champions League winners, Real Madrid. So crazy history with Real Madrid. They beat Liverpool in the Champions League final. And I don't know how much you guys watch soccer. I know we used to play a lot of FIFA. We don't really play it very much anymore, which makes me sad.
We'll get into
But I don't know.
on the next one.
I don't know how much. I don't know how much our listeners actually care about Champions League, but I just wanted to bring it up because I just wanted to give a quick rundown of Champions League. So Champions League is a tournament of 32 teams, and these are the best teams in the world competing against each other. So they got the best leagues going at it. So Premier League is the best league in England. Bundesliga is the best league in Germany. La Liga is the best league in Spain. Serie A or A is the best league in Italy. And League One is the best league in France. And they take the best teams of these leagues and they have a tournament against each other. And whoever comes out on top is the, Champions League winner, which was Real Madrid this year. And they are a historic franchise. And it was actually pretty crazy that they actually won. So I don't know if that makes anyone interested, but it is the literal best of the best in the world going at it for a championship.
Right? I mean, you see the best players and the best teams in the league. It's like all the best players in like the World Cup, but like stacked on each other's teams. I would say the teams are even better.
Yeah, who like I imagine like if you want to watch who would we go with? PSG. PSG's got huge names on that team. You've got Messi, you've got Mbappe. Like they've got huge names going against like a Manchester City or something, which is arguably probably one of the best teams in the world. Like that's like superstars going at it that normally wouldn't be playing against each other, which is crazy. Like, so it's really entertaining. It's really cool. It's really good soccer. I don't know if anybody's gonna actually really.
There's nothing else really
but
like it in the world, right? There's
nothing.
It would be like if there was professional football leagues for NFL all over the world, and like the top teams from every country came to a tournament and played.
Yeah, dude, like first place, second place,
like
and they just all did a tournament, and the true champion of the world was crowned.
Yeah, that's insane.
It's crazy.
I want to say some of the stats from this game real quick, because me and Junior actually watched the end of this game when he was in town. If you look at the stats list, it doesn't look like Chelsea or Real Madrid should have won this game. So Liverpool had 24 shots, 9 on target. Real Madrid had 4 shots, 2 on target. And they won the game 1-0. Liverpool had possession of 54%. So they dominated the ball too. And they still lost the game, which is insane.
Did the goalie win man of the match?
Dude, Real Madrid's goalie was insane.
Nuts. Who's playing goalie for Real Madrid? Do you know?
I have no idea. But he was crazy.
I don't remember, but he's one of the best in the world.
Obviously.
Cortaz.
But
Cortaz. He's like 6'7".
Dude, he had an insane. Dude, the shots he was blocking.
Dude, he had a ton of crazy saves.
Crazy shots. You guys got anything else you guys want to talk about with Champions League?
One of the big thing.
Thibaut Courtois, is he starting for Real Madrid?
Yeah.
Really?
That's
interesting. Well, it's interesting to me because he used to be on Chelsea, which was one of my favorite teams, and he lost his starting job to the keeper they have now, and
they messed up.
It's just interesting.
Yeah, no, I think they did mess up. Game. But one of the big stories, they
won Champions League last year
for getting the Golden Boot. What's that trophy called? The one
Ballon d'Or or something.
Yeah, Ballon d'Or, which is like pretty much the MVP of the European soccer leagues.
Messi, he's pretty much got a 50-50 shot of getting it every year, is calling for Karim Benzema to get it this year because he scored 42 goals and he had like the year of his life.
Damn,
which is pretty crazy.
that is crazy. Benzema's like the last like OG left on that team right now from their epic teams in the
Dude,
past.
they still got Carvajal. I remember hearing that in the old FIFA games.
I just remember swallow.
Swallow. Last thing I wanted to talk about soccer related, then we can jump off of it because I know there's not many people who want to talk about soccer. But huge supporters. I know Sam's wife is a huge supporter of the U.S. women's national team. Big thing that I wanted to just bring up is that the women's and men's national teams now have equal pay, which I think is highly deserved because the women's national team is
rightfully so
crazy good. They always perform. And the men's national team, not so much. But I thought it was pretty big time that the women and men are getting paid the same now. And the men were all in full support. They completely supported them getting equal pay, which was pretty good. I think that's a win for just society.
U.S. soccer.
Yeah, it's just a win for U.S. soccer.
U.S. soccer and society in general. So,
Yeah.
I think that was pretty big time. But
I agree. I want to throw something out there before we get off the soccer subject because I found this hilarious. So World Cup qualifiers are going on right now. World Cup qualifiers, and we have Wales and Ukraine playing this morning for the final to get into the World Cup drawing. And both of them have only been to the World Cup, I think, once or never. And Wales won the game 1-0 on a Ukraine own goal. And it was disgusting.
So unfortunate.
It was so bad. It was like a free kick that was going straight to the goalie's chest. He was just going to catch it. And this defender literally just headed straight in the corner of the goal. Beautiful header. Perfect shot. It was disgusting. I was like, what are you doing? And they ended up losing 1-0 because of that.
Dude,
That's
that is
unfortunate.
Heartbreaking. Jesus.
That's unfortunate.
Well,
That's really unfortunate, just given like the circumstances of everything.
Like, imagine that being you.
Wow,
like,
Paul.
Sorry, I mean, to end it on a bad note, right? But, like, I mean, imagine just being that defender out there, like, ball coming in, header, like, I'm clearing this out. Back in the net.
boys. I got this, boys.
Bro. You know what that makes me... you know what that makes me think of? So me and Junior were watching the Champions League, right? The final. And we used to always play FIFA, right? And used to always have those shovel foots that would go like 30 rows deep. We would always call it a shovel foot. And this literally happened over and over in the Champions League final. Like, these dudes had just had an easy shot outside of the box, right? Out of the key. And they would launch it like 30 rows deep. Like, just shovel foot disgusting. I always was wondering why in FIFA that would happen. I was like, nobody does this. And in like the biggest tournament in the world, there's guys shovel footing like disgusting shots.
Dude, so bad. Blasted 90 feet up into the air. It
Not
was
even close.
terrible. Like, yeah, straight shovel footed.
All right, I'm done with soccer now.
All right, let's transition from shovel foot to shovel
fist.
irons. Oh. So let's go into our gaming topics, man. We've gotten into golf a lot lately, and we all each bought PGA Tour 2K21 because it's the most recent golf game out right now.
Hell yeah.
Which I am desperate for a really good Tiger Woods golf game to come out. It would be super dope. But if you guys haven't played it, you guys haven't heard of it, PGA Tour 2K21, it's not bad. It's not a bad game. You can make it as difficult as you want. And we've been playing online. I got a little note here, DV Squad, squabble out them virtual greens, you heard?
Yay.
Yeah, we've been playing Legendary, and it gets gross. DV Socks out here scoring a plus 45 on it.
I will say though, I did destroy the 2 rounds before that. But we're not going to talk about the 2 dubs, right? The round where I shot 26 under, by the way. Although, I did shoot plus 45, and that happened.
Yeah, if you're playing legendary skill level on PGA Tour 2K21, you literally have no help with anything.
Tell us your highest scores.
What'd you have? Plus 45, and then what? What was your next one?
That was my lowest. My next one
Plus
was like
38.
No, it wasn't that bad.
Are you
I
sure?
think it was. I don't remember.
Yeah, I think it was.
I think
All I know
I
is-
was in the teens, which was good for the wins.
Junior was like he's like, oh my god, this is so frustrating. You need to have like a bogey. Meanwhile, everybody else is like triple bogey or worse. Dude, what are you complaining about? You're doing good.
Dude, seriously, he'd have the biggest groans, and he'd be like, "Oh, well, that's par." Like, bro, what? What are you even mad about? I'm out here on my 6th putt. Like, what?
On hole 18, I went from 2 strokes back at Junior to 12 strokes back. I maxed out my score possibility.
It was.
I'm not gonna lie, like playing on legendary level, like it's so difficult because you have no perks or anything. You just swing the club, and depending how you swing it, like tempo matters, like your direction, wind, and you don't even know how hard the wind's blowing. So it all matters. And so I'm like over here like sweating bullets, like, oh man, I think I need to put it here. I think I need to put this like backspin. Like, let me hit this thing, and then like swing away, and that thing goes flying like off way left, but it's actually not that bad. But dude, I don't know how many times I was in the trees. Like, that game is so difficult on legendary. Like you said, there's quad
Honestly,
putting.
There's no other way to play it, right? Because it's so easy.
I mean,
not
now
on
there's
legendary.
not.
I mean, Paul, had an excellent round with we played on like normal difficulty. I was 22 under and I lost to Paul, which is outrageous.
I
He
think
shot,
I had like
24
I had
under?
like 6 or 7 eagles that round.
Yeah, and I had like 5 or 6, whatever it was.
Literally, like every shot onto the green, I was pretty much like, "That's almost in."
It was like a birdie or eagle every shot. It was ridiculous. Like I was trying to keep up and I could not. We were all playing at the same level of play, but for some reason, Paul was on his shit. He like minus
Nothing but
28
3-foot
or
birdie
whatever.
or eagle.
Like, dude, how do you have that score
I knew
on
it
an
was gonna
18-hole course?
I knew it was
Like-
going to be rough because I started out eagle, and Paul was only 1 stroke back of me, and I was like, yikes! I can't do any better, and he's right on my ass, and then he ended up passing me. But
I think one of
Yeah,
the
it
biggest
was-
things that blew my mind about us playing golf or 2K21 this past weekend is that Junior was so trash when he could see what he was doing. And I felt like he was so much better when he had no idea like what he was able to do. He just
Dude,
it blew, how do you make
How
so
are you
bad of
better on
shots
Legendary?
on such an easy level, and on the hardest level you make these ridiculous shots? It makes no sense.
Honestly, it was because it was all off of feel. Like I just had a feel, especially with putting. I was like, like I'm literally thinking like, how am I going to punt this? And I would come back and then I would go forward, like right when I thought I hit that like backswing. Like, dude, it was all off of feel. Like it was just like, this is how I
Which is
feel it would be in
ridiculous.
real life.
It doesn't make any sense for you to be better at it like that because the other option is it gives you whole day and it tells you right where the ball's going.
I know. I don't.
And then you
I don't-
adjust off of that. Like if you get it right the first time, you don't even have to move it.
You should not be playing a video game off of physical feel. This is not how that works.
Bro,
No.
I'm telling you, it was weird, but I don't know why, but there was a gap. I was much better than y'all for some reason in that.
Yeah.
I have no idea
I will
why.
say I won a round today though, which felt good.
I know.
Yeah, but then you rage quit.
I did. I did, but it wasn't my fault. It was because it's also a lot harder to see what type of shot you're hitting in that legendary difficulty, because I was right off the green on a hole needing to chip, and for some reason it had me hitting like a splash shot out of the rough, and I thought I was chipping like a 8-yard chip, and I ended up hitting like a 60-yard shot. And I was like, dude,
God.
like it defaulted me to a 60-yard shot instead of my chip.
Dude, that's happened to me one time. You really have to pay attention in that game. Like
Yeah.
if you're
I was so
if you're
frustrated
somebody,
because of that.
if you're someone who wants to play that game and just wants to like play a course and just have like minus 30 as a score, you can do that. But it can also be a game where you're like plus 45 because of the settings you put it on. It was a really fun. It's been really fun. It's been really interesting. We've all made our characters. I bought some Puma gear here recently because I like the Puma brand. We've got some pretty spiffy stuff. Actually, I bought my clubs too.
I bought my clubs.
I need to buy some clubs.
Paul, would you
can't
buy
buy
some
my-
Wilsons?
I can't buy my clubs. I'm using Ping I2s, and they're from like 96.
Hey, the Wilsons are actually like pretty good in the game. They're the most forgiving club in the game.
Damn, dude, you need to start swinging those things, Paul.
Dude, they feel so bad. I feel like when I swing them, the shaft is gonna break on the downswing. They feel so bad.
I remember looking at your old Wilson clubs, and I thought they were made out of like carbon.
Dude,
They were
honestly,
so
like,
bad, dude.
they're terrible.
It's
They're
made out of
literally-
aluminum, a mixture
The
of aluminum and carbon.
the heads on those things are definitely made from aluminum recycled cans. Like they're not good.
Recycled Coke cans.
Oh man. Well, I think that's all we had for as far as gaming goes. Unless you guys, I thought you guys had something else you guys wanted to bring up on gaming.
Yeah, I wanted to hear, since you got your boys with you, I wanted to hear like your go-to games for your boys right now.
All right, so I recently just bought Game Pass, like the ultimate version, so you can do like a cloud gaming, so you don't have to actually install games.
Yeah.
So I got my boys over the summer, and they are on a cloud gaming spree. Like, I want to play this one. I want to play that one. I want to play this one. I want to play that one. So a couple I want to just bring up. I don't remember the names of them, but there's one. It's like a biking game. This little figure on a bike just driving down a mountain on these little paths.
Like a stick figure?
No, not stick figure. It's a little more, but it's a little more than that, but it's not. The graphics aren't really good, but they're cartoonish, so they're good enough. But dude, it is hilarious because they're trying to go down this mountain and they're just steering off of cliffs, like riding into boulders and just flipping off of this bike. Like they're getting so mad trying to go down this freaking mountain. It's so funny. But yeah, that lasted for probably maybe 20 minutes, and then we were on to the next game.
The next one.
Battletoads, dude. Battletoads has been epic for Sebastian. He was going off on some Battletoads. Think of Ninja Turtles, but with toads. These dudes are crazy, man. You got like
Softback.
I was straight up about to ask you, are Ninja Turtles toads, but they're turtles? Literally, like full on. I had to really think about that question.
Oh,
You were like, wait.
dude.
Wait a minute.
Another fan favorite, Last Kids on
Toads?
Earth. Last Kids. I don't know if any
Never
of you
heard of
guys are. That's a kid thing. Last Kids on Earth. That's a game where it's the last kids on Earth, and there's like
Survival game?
monsters and stuff. Yeah, they're pretty into that, so they've been playing that. And then one
Dude.
game that
Sounds kind of fun.
yeah, Sebastian always goes with the biggest, strongest dude. Whoever that is, that's who he wants to be, which is fitting with Sebastian.
We need to get him on Overwatch so he can play Reinhardt.
He would be a
Imagine
mean
that?
Reinhardt, I'm telling you. Monty he's been playing this weird random game where you like change your characters. One of them's just like a normal human being, and then he transforms into like a mouse, and he just has like this chomp attack where he just teeth and it just attacks. Dude, it is weird. It's like a bad dream. But he's been super into it, and which is fitting with Monty too. He's not your standard kid. He's a little bit different, which I love about him. But Yeah, man, it's been interesting. We've been going ham on these cloud games.
You have got to look for Fish Frenzy. If there's
Dude,
Fish Frenzy on there.
Dude, I wanted to play that, but they are so against it. They're like, fish, like, this is lame. I was like, this looks interesting.
It's so sick. You literally start as like this
a
little baby fish, dude, and then you just eat everything that's smaller than you, and you become this massive fish. It's freaking awesome. And then there's like different stages now. Dude,
Yeah,
I
used to
that
have
right
it downloaded.
now. Dude.
I saw Lawnmower Simulator. I was thinking about it for a second, and I was like, nah.
Dude, Lawnmower Simulator.
It's so
sick.
time consuming. I was like, I could have actually mowed my lawn right now. It took that long to mow this fake lawn. I could have actually mowed my own lawn.
That's
Jesus.
hilarious.
You know what game I really wish I could get back into? Castle Crashers.
Dude.
Dude,
my gosh.
Castle Crashers has a special part in my heart. I was so obsessed with that game.
Oh, that was so epic. I love Castle Crashers. All the different characters you could play.
You know what? Next episode, let's dive into Castle Crashers and N Plus. Little
Dude,
teaser.
N Plus. Oh my
I don't know N Plus.
gosh.
Don't worry, Junior. We'll handle it. We're
Getting into N
we'll
Plus
handle
and
the
Castle
N Plus.
Crashers.
That's a be a little gaming teaser for next episode.
All right,
Dude, that's gonna go
topics
hard.
Next episode.
Y'all better be there. It's gonna go so hard. That's like so nostalgic for me. I'm amped.
Hey guys, also, just shout out to our crowd. Thank you guys for being dedicated listeners. We've been getting you guys listening consistently, so we are super, super, super happy about that. If you guys have any other people you guys could recommend, please just introduce us to them, introduce the podcast to them. We try to be entertaining as much as we can be, but we deeply appreciate you guys that have been listening.
Yeah, we have like a solid base, right, of listeners. So definitely we just want to say thanks. And the best way for us to grow is for people that really enjoy the podcast to spread it. So if you have friends that you think might like it, give them a shout for us. That'd be great.
Yeah, one thing for me is really just like if you hear somebody that talks about sports, I mean, just throw out the podcast, because I've had people at work and just random people I work with that hear them talking about sports, and I'm like, hey man, I do a podcast, like check it out here and there, and you never know, they might love it, and then it keeps spreading. But yeah, we really thank you for listening, guys. We've had a consistent like 20 to 30 listeners, which is it's insane to have consistently. So it's super awesome, and you guys always give us feedback too, which is really good.
Yeah, deeply appreciate it. But I think that wraps up this episode. So we are going to take the night off and watch the rest of this basketball game. And we'll see you guys next time. Ooh, and next time you guys need to match my energy. You know what I'm saying? We'll try it again next time. All right, later.
When I say D, you say B.
All right.
We just wanted to say thanks again, everybody, for listening to this episode of the DV Sports and Gaming Podcast. With that said, we wanted to give you guys a proper outro. Here we go.
All right, guys. So please follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. We have DV Sports and Gaming for Instagram. Our TikTok is DV Sports Gaming, and our YouTube is DV Sports and Gaming. We post all kinds of videos, all kinds of clips, sports related, and also just gaming clips. So please subscribe and follow.
And don't forget to utilize our social medias to interact with us and give feedback on the podcast and content that we create. We want to build a community around sports and gaming with our fans and listeners. And as always, guys, thanks for listening to the DV Sports and Gaming Podcast. We'll see you guys next time.